Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome again with one more video lecture. Today my lecture is about transportation in plants. Dear students, as you know that in the last 3 lectures we have discussed about transportation in animals. Today our topic is transportation in plants. What is transportation? Transportation is a process of transporting water, minerals, food to all parts of the plant body. How this water, minerals and food are transported to all parts of the body? These are transported through conducting tissues. Conducting tissues. What are those conducting tissues? These conducting tissues are xylem and phloem, by which transportation of these substances takes place. Conducting tissues such as xylem and phloem will play an important role. These conducting tissues play an important role in transportation. Water is transported from roots to all other parts of the plant by xylem vessels. We know that there are two types of tissues. First, meristematic tissues. Second, compound tissues, or we can say permanent tissues. Permanent tissues are of two types: simple permanent tissues and complex permanent tissues. Xylem and phloem. Xylem and phloem all are complex permanent tissues. Transportation of substances in plants. Plants take water and mineral nutrients from the soil through the roots and transport it to the leaves. The leaves prepare food for the plants. The leaves prepare food for the plants. The leaves prepare food for the plants during photosynthesis. We know that photosynthesis is the process by which plants make their own food in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll using carbon dioxide and water. That water is transported from soil to the leaves through xylem. Okay. Transport systems. Most plants have developed complex vascular system that move nutrients and water throughout the plant body through tubes of conducting cells, or we can say conducting tissues. Xylems and phloem form tube-like structures. They form tube-like structures through which water and water-soluble minerals and food are transported. The vascular tissue of these plants are called xylem and phloem. Xylem and phloem are known as vascular bundles, or we can say vascular tissues. Dear students, plants need water, minerals and food to grow. How are these substances transported to the different parts of the plant? There are two types of systems. There are two types of transport systems in plants. There are two types of systems in plants to transport water, minerals and food within itself. Water and minerals are absorbed by the roots from the soil. These water and water-soluble minerals are absorbed by the plants by the roots from the soil. Food that is manufactured by the leaves and is transported to different parts of the plant. How this water and water-soluble minerals are transported in plants? In plants there is a tissue called xylem, which is responsible for the transportation of water. The xylem, that is a tissue present in the plant that is responsible for the transportation of water and water-soluble nutrients upward from the roots and on from the roots to the leaves, and it also helps us to form the woody elements of the stem. The absorption of water by the roots is a continuous process. The absorption of water by the roots is a continuous process which takes place due to the low pressure caused by the loss of water by the leaves. This absorption of water by the roots is a continuous process because we know that transpiration is a process by which loss of water takes place. The loss of water takes place through the stomata. The stomatas are small pores on the surface of leaves. The stomatas are small pores on the surface of leaves. The absorption by the roots is a continuous process which takes place due to low pressure caused by the loss of water. When loss of water takes place in leaves, that causes low pressure. Loss of water by the leaves through transpiration give rise to a low pressure in the plants. This lower pressure creates a pull in the xylem. This low pressure that is caused that creates a pull in the xylem, and water is continuously that water is or water soluble minerals are continuously pulled up. In this way, water and minerals are continuously transported in the plants. Dear students, phloem. Transport of food takes place through phloem. The vascular tissue, phloem is a vascular tissue in plants which conducts sugars and other metabolic products downwards from the leaves. As we know that food is produced or food formation takes place in the leaves, and that is transported from leaves to the other parts of the plant. That is transported from leaves to the stem, transported from leaves to the roots of the plant. Food is prepared by leaves by the process of photosynthesis. This food needs to be transported. That is produced, that is prepared in the leaves. That is prepared by the leaves, and that is to be transported. That food is to be transported to various parts of the plant. For this purpose, plants have a special complex tissue, that is phloem, and which takes food to different parts of the plant. The process of transportation of food from leaves to the other parts is called translocation. This transportation of the food from leaves to the other parts of the plant is called translocation. Phloem and xylem constitutes the vascular bundles. The xylem and phloem constitutes the vascular bundles. Dear students, now we know that what are the functions of the xylem and the phloem. What are the functions of the complex permanent tissue? Xylem conducts water and mineral salts from roots to stem and leaves. It provides also mechanical support for plants. Same phloem conduct manufactured food, sucrose and amino acids from the leaves to the other parts of the plant. This is how transportation of water soluble minerals and food takes place in the plant. Okay. Dear students, now we know that water and water soluble minerals are transported from soil through the roots to the other parts of the plant or to the aerial parts of the plant through xylem. These xylems, they are interconnected. That xylem that is present in the roots, that is connected with the xylem in the stem, that is connected with the xylem in the leaves, and that is what in this way the water it forms a tube-like structure, or we can say pipe-like structure through which water is transported. Same phloem, through phloem, food that is manufactured in the leaves by the process of the photosynthesis is translocated to other parts of the plant, from leaves to the stem and from leaves to the roots of the plant.